Hello, I'm Carol Martin. Welcome back to Apostrophes, Commas, Everything. Here's a little more on apostrophes. Just a few bits and pieces for you. What happens with proper nouns ending in S? Proper nouns, so names of people, places, important events, companies, etc. Nouns which always begin with a capital letter. Words like James, Jess, Elvis, Cairns, Paris, Christmas. If we were to add to each of these proper nouns ending in S something they might own, apply the same flip it using of rule I talked about in my first video on apostrophes. So the shoes of James becomes James's shoes, apostrophe S. The garden of Jess becomes Jess's garden, apostrophe S. The songs of Elvis becomes Elvis's songs. The beaches of Cairns becomes Cairns's beaches. The history of Paris becomes Paris's history. And the joy of Christmas becomes Christmas's joy. Although we'd probably be more likely to say the joy of Christmas, Christmas being a longer word. There's not universal agreement on this, but it makes sense to me to spell it as you say it. We wouldn't say James' shoes, we'd say James's shoes. We wouldn't say Jess' garden, we'd say Jess's garden. So spell it the way you say it. Now to family names. If you want to make a family name plural, you just add an S, or ES if it already ends in S. For example, the Martins, the Joneses, the Williamses. So no apostrophe needed if there's no possession. For example, the Martins live here. The Joneses are taking a cruise. I know the Williamses. You might also say the Martin family, the Jones family, or the Williams family. Now, when the family owns something and you want to show possession when you write it, remember, flip it using of. So the Martins' house becomes the house of the Martins, so the apostrophe goes after Martins. The Joneses' booking becomes the booking of the Joneses, the apostrophe goes after Joneses, and the Williamses' cat becomes the cat of the Williamses, so the apostrophe goes after Williamses. Now here's a little test to see how you're going with your understanding of the use of apostrophes. I've flipped these phrases using of, so that you can practice flipping them back with an apostrophe. The bike of Angus becomes Angus's bike. Now here are some for you. The mother of Ross, the photo of Aisha, the plats of Lois, the capital of Barbados, the trip of the Pierces, and the van of the Lewises. See how you go. Oh, and another thing. When two people own something together, treat them as one entity. For example, the bride and groom's arrival, Grandma and Granddad's place, Taz and Chris's puppy, Ali and Cody's band. Moving on to something a bit different, here are some expressions of time where an apostrophe is required. I'm talking about expressions such as an hour's wait, a moment's notice, a month's holiday, a week's work, 4 weeks leave, 3 hours sleep, and you can probably think of lots more. Well, I think we're all apostrophed out. Thank you for watching my presentation. Next up, commas. Yes.